Jaka. We will perform this piece in a round. That means you'll hear 3 different groups playing the exact same melody, but each group begins at a different time. Group 1 will be flutes, Group 2 will be clarinets and saxophones, and Group 3 will be brass and percussion. We hope you enjoy Fairy Jaka. Good evening, my name is Michael Nelson, and I play the clarinet. Our last book song is called Hidden Variations on Black Sheep. Hidden Variations is a type of form often seen in classical and modern music. You hear the original Black Sheep melody, but then you hear 2 different variations of the same melody. The first is rhythmic change, and the second is a harmonic change. We hope you enjoy Hidden Variations on Black Sheep.
All right, so this will not take too much of your time, but what better time to talk about 7th grade band than when everybody is here together. So we just want to let you know a few of the things that is playing some down a little bit further, so it's gonna be okay. Some of the things to look forward to for next year. I'm not gonna hit you guys, I promise. Kind of. Really, just don't sit up straight. It'll be okay. Okay, so first of all, 7th grade band invitations will be going home with everybody tomorrow. Okay, so we're gonna have our concert reflection tomorrow, then we're gonna talk about what 7th grade band looks like here at Rocky Fort, because we want every single one of them to come back and be in the program next year, because there's so much more to get out of band. in 7th and 8th grade, and they're able to get from 6th grade, because 6th grade is all about laying the foundation, learning the basics, things like that. So when those forms go home tomorrow, they will be due on Thursday, which is May 9th. It's also the night of our 7th and 8th grade band concert, so if you're free at 6 o'clock on Thursday night, come and join us again for our 7th and 8th grade band. They sound awesome, and it also would be a great thing for them to see what's going on next year. So it must be signed by one of you, parent or guardian, because we want this decision to be made by the students and the parents, because we want everyone to be on the same page with being in band next year. We know that it's not always for everybody, and we're so glad that so many of them tried it this year. And we do, of course, hope that they all come back, because we want to keep music making happening and watch them get better and better every single day. Mr. You guys are going to talk through these next 2 slides for us.
So, a few opportunities that are available to 7th grade and 8th graders are, one is the pep band. So automatically next year, the 7th graders and the 8th graders are automatically in pep band. Okay, so they will participate primarily in football games and basketball games. We will have around 4 football games, around maybe 8 basketball games. Everyone is to participate. Now we do have some exceptions, but that is primarily for, like, if you play in the football team, if you are in the cheerleading squad, like those are the 2 that, because we know you're already participating in the football game, that you can totally be a part of that. But if you are not, this is something that is a grade that everyone's going to be graded on. Students will, if you can go back to that side real quick. So students, they do not have to pay for the football games. If you as the parents want to come and see them, you'll have to pay, but they will not pay. They will come in, they'll just be wearing their band shirt, and they'll automatically be let in. And also, this was a really cool thing. We share at Smyrna High School the same football field as Smyrna Middle School. So one of these games, we get to have a little battle of the bands where we play Go Team Go, they play Go Team Go, we play I'm So Glad, they play I'm So Glad, we get together, we just create this gigantic band. It's a really fun time. So that's going to be a really fun event. We'll send out when that happens, because it's a really, really fun moment. And I think actually the high school this year played their halftime show during halftime, so it was a really great event. Yep, as you can see, these are some of the pictures. You can see that we're at the basketball games, we're at the football games. We actually have one of our percussionists right here. She's actually she's actually doing like a cheer routine with her team, and then she'll come and play for us a little bit. So these are some opportunities that we have available. And then the other one is our jazz band, our Swing and Storm Jazz Band. This one is primarily for saxophones, trombones, trumpets, percussion, piano, bass, guitar. We're not saying that if you play something that is not one of those instruments, you can't be in the jazz band. It's just we have to have a conversation to try and make it work, because sometimes it doesn't fully work if we don't have that instrumentation. This one will be optional. This is not a requirement, but it is something that if you want to have your child participate in, they totally can. Things that they'll learn. Before I even do that, they'll be rehearsing during the day and during the 8th period, and then on Mondays, we rehearse until 5 o'clock. But those are the only commitments that we have for the jazz band. What's really cool about this is that they learn a completely different style of music. Right now, what this group is learning is that they're learning a classical style. Jazz, we can say in a way, is the opposite of the classical style, and there's a lot of things that are a part of it, like rock, funk, swing, Latin. There's a lot of different styles that we learn from there, so it's a really fun opportunity to just become more well-rounded as a musician. And another part that's really, really cool about it is that we learn how to improvise. So basically how we improvise is you just have a blank sheet of music, you are hearing the band play, and you just create something as you play. You just create. We try and figure out the process to best teach students to improvise, but it's such a great experience because something about creating just engages more of your brain when it comes to the music making process. So this is a really fun group that we have available. So if you
right, so in addition to the ensembles at school, there are outside of school ensembles that are called honor bands. Some of these students, like we said earlier, were going to All-Star Band. Those were based on nominations from the band director. So Mr. Kikata and I sent them a whole bunch of names, and then we got back like 15 or 18 or so that said they were accepted. In 7th and 8th grade, every honor band you get accepted to or not accepted to is based on your own actual merit. You will go audition for these honor bands. So for example, this year we had several 7th and 8th graders audition for what's called the All Middle Tennessee Middle School Honor Band. And unfortunately, none of them made it to the Mid-State Honor Band, but we did have several make it to All County. So the Mid-State Band is all of the middle school 7th and 8th graders in Middle Tennessee, which I think ranges from like Cookeville to like Dixon, basically. And they audition at a school, usually Wilson Central or Antioch High School, and they go through a pretty rigorous audition. They have to learn scales, they have to sight read, they have to prepare music to perform for judges, and they get selected to those. So we're really excited about, we think a lot of these students in 6th grade are going to have a really nice shot next year into one of those bands. Then we have the All Mid-State Jazz Band, we have the All County Band, which we have, I think, 6 or 7 students got selected to the All County Band this year from Rocky Fork, which is the most we've ever had. So we were super excited about that. We look forward to building upon that next year with these students. And then we have All County Jazz Band. We have one student participating in that this year. I think he's back there, James. Shout out James, so back there, who's going to be representing Rocky Fork in the middle school All County Jazz Band. So again, these are opportunities, especially if they're taking private lessons and like that. We definitely want them to audition for these. But even if they're not, there's several people up here who are going to be auditioning for that next year. All right, so concert performance assessment. That is something that we do every single year. Next year, all 7th graders and all 8th graders are going to be participating in this event. Basically, the best way to describe this is it's like TN Ready, but for band. Okay, we obviously don't have a TN Ready test in April, so we prepare 2 pieces, and we learn how to sight read, and we take a bus one day to MTSU, where we sit in a big auditorium on the stage, and 3 judges basically tell us what we're doing well and what we're doing not well. And they'll give us a rating that ranges from superior, which is the best, excellent, average, and then there's below. This year, our advanced band was made up of 7th and 8th graders. They went and they got both a superior on stage and a superior in sight reading, which is the first time it's ever happened at Rocky Fork, so thank you. And we were so proud of them. Their faces lit up when they saw those 2 blue trophies. It was amazing. And we're looking forward to this group getting to go experience that next year. Okay, so we've all heard things like, oh, music makes you smarter, music makes your brain do this, and music blah, blah, blah. And all those things are true, of course, but you know what's really nice to look at is evidence. Where are the numbers? Show me why other than learning music and for the joy of learning music and participating in something in school, why is band good for my child? And it's because music makes your brain work in different ways. It makes your brain, activates the left side of your brain way more often than normal. And that's gonna help the right side of your brain continue to grow as well. And it shows up in the area of academics. And instead of rattling off, quotes and things like that to you, I wanted to put it in numbers so that you can see the excellence that's happening in our band program. With the help of one of our academic coaches, Mr. Mitchell, we were able to put together this presentation. So basically what you see on the left is the averages of the grades for students in Rocky Fork Middle School as a whole, okay? And then next we have the averages for band, for students who are just in band. So in math, you see 74 to 89%, which is a huge jump. English, we have 78 to 85. And the ones that are cut off a little bit here are social studies and science. Social studies, 77 to 86. And then 77 to 86 again. So those are the same. That is a testament to how the students that we have in our program are rigorous workers, not only in music, but also in academia. And the more they're around each other, they continue to push each other and support each other. These are the kind of results that you get. So again, instead of kind of totally telling you that, we want to show you what that looks like as proof that this really matters. And we, of course, think it matters just for music's sake, but it's always nice to see the data that shows what we're talking about. So just something for you to contemplate as you're thinking about those 8th and 7th grade invitations. All right, so next, we have maybe one, this last one. Yeah, so next year, the one that they'll be most excited about, I'm sure, is every year we take this end of the year trip with 7th and 8th grade. This year, we're going to Kings Island. It was in Mason, Ohio. We're super excited. It's happening next weekend. We're going to take a very nice bus. We don't take school buses when we travel that far. And then we're going to this is actually an overnight trip. Next year probably will not be that. But yeah, they're talking back there because now they're all like, what? Trey, where are we going? Where are we going? This year's Kings Island. Next year we don't know where we're going. We'll see. It'll be announced in August. But that will be something that they will all be eligible for as long as they stay in good standing with the band program and our school expectations and rules. And I believe that's the last one. So that's what we wanted to show you, is what 7th grade band looks like next year. Again, we would love to see every single one of these students continue in band next year. But we're going to go ahead and finish the program. So if you have any questions about band next year, please let us know. Those invitations will go home tomorrow, and then those are due on Thursday. So while we get the screen up, and Macy's going to come over here and introduce our final piece. Thank you all so much for being patient with us and letting us present our music and our presentations to you. And we hope you enjoy the rest of the concert. Thanks.